Yeah, sure. No worries. Hi, everyone. It's nice to meet everyone. I've never had a networking Zoom before, so I'm quite excited. But yeah, really happy to be here, and I hope I'm not too boring with my presentation. I've just made my first PowerPoint ever, so I'm very excited to share.
Oh, I just want to say it's so good having you with us. And Nicholas, round of applause to you. And we've got Karen with us. Karen looks like she's on a metro or a bus or something. Karen, do you want to say a quick hello before something weird happens to you? Hit the unmute key, just so we can hear you. Hit that unmute key. Definitely doing it from phone. They can't hear you, Karen. You got to unmute, Karen. Hit the unmute, Karen. There we go. Zoom's just so much fun from a mobile phone, I think. Now, Karen will come back to you, my legendary friend, but we love you, Karen. That's the spirit. And Karen, I'll just say for Karen, Karen's a legendary photographer. She's coming to our meetup tomorrow and doing portraits. So, Karen, we love you. I just did your pitch for you. When you get back in, feel free to say a legendary hello. So, friends, I just want to say a big thank you. Thank you for joining us. It's such a pleasure having you with us. And let's start off with one of our wonderful leaders. We've got amazing Amir Meshal with us, top property guy, and he's also one of our meetup leaders for Sydney. And Amir, great having you with us. What have you been up to? And tell us what you're thinking.
So I've been head down, bum up, so to speak, in some of the things that we do in Queensland, New South Wales, and outside the state. I've been in the property game and real estate game for the last 23 years, but I had an opportunity over the last 7 days to connect with some people from the other part of the Australian coastline. So I've been upskilling and getting some more letters after my name and pieces of paper and all the important stuff that people do search for eventually. And it's been a really eye-opening thing. One thing that I came out of it with was that I realized that if you think of two engineers, the big engineering people that everybody knows, Nikola Tesla and Thomas Edison, imagine them fighting over whether they should go AC or DC and talking about what type of electricity is better. But can you see them ever standing in an auction room bidding on a house? You just can't imagine it because it'll take them away from what they do as professionals. And that big aha moment came to me earlier today when I'm thinking, man, imagine a black and white photo of Nikola Tesla and Thomas Edison fighting it out in an auction room. I'm going to do a little meme of that because I think that's just so funny. I just haven't had time to do it, but it came to me today. It's like, wow, I should do that. As a buyer's agent, I buy along the coast of Australia. So reach out to me if I can be of service.
Oh, we love you, Amir. Just amazing. Round of applause to Amir. And I'm just going to say, just come in. Please say hello, use the chat. And like we all say at all our networking events, be it Zooms or face-to-face, always book a follow-up meeting with someone. So book Zooms with each other because the real networking is done after the meeting. And I've got to give an honourable shout out to amazing Christina Davey. Christina Davey, we had a crazy Zoom on Monday where we spoke about relationships, dating, sexual intercourse, and all sort of great stuff. Christina Davey, do you want to unmute and say hello? And man, I got to say, Monday was hot and spicy. That's for sure, Christina Davey.
Ooh, yes, we are still recovering from it, aren't we? Definitely, I could see everyone's face, last time, very serious and, deep thinking, right? So that's great. I just want to say something really quick, actually, because I just had a call with someone and it's just a quick reminder that only about 10% of the hurt that we feel has to do with what's actually happening in that moment. Everything else is just stuck up stuff, right? So when you have a conflict with someone, a partner, let's just talk because we are talking about relationships, right? Make sure that you check out the other person and see what's running on the background with them, because they might be stressed, they might have had a shitty day. And sometimes we just reply really short and, that can trigger someone else. Or we might not really have a full understanding of what happened to them that day. So always seek to understand the other person, and in this way, you're going to build more bridges and try to hold space for them or ask the other person, hey, I just had a tough day today. Can you just please excuse me and give me some space or hold some space for me as I'm not really the best version of myself today. And that will really, really connect you with others. But great to be here again, Edward. Thank you so much for creating this space for all of us.
Oh, I love you, Christine. Just amazing, amazing. Now let's open up the floor. If you want to say hello, just, you know the drill, hit the hands up key. So in the Zoom reactions bar, you have all the different moves. You hit the hands up key and do that right away. And all I'll ask you to do is just be brief and on point, and feel free to talk about what you're doing. You might have a webinar coming up. You might be looking for collaborations, or you just want to say hello. The choice is yours. Remember, it is being recorded, so I'll be sharing the recording probably over the weekend. And let's take it over to you, Jan. How you doing, Jan?
I am good, thank you. I'm actually a bit not sick, but something old in me tries to survive. So let's get it out and let's clean. But it is every time like that, isn't it? When we're moving to a next stage where I'm currently at, like my old me is dying. Now I really say no to certain people I got in contact with. Now, I mean, we're attracting the same people in different bodies again and again. They might look different, but they have the same features. So to move out of our karmic cycle, it is important to make different choices. So I'm now making different choices. I attract new people in my life. And my old me, old people trying to hold on to what was. And it's time to, step into the unknown and to become new. I'm Jan Großstück. I just actually got my 4th year visa in Australia approved, so I have another 12 months at least in Australia, what I'm really looking forward to. And yes, I help you be your best and choose your thoughts. You are more powerful than you could ever imagine. Dream big, go back to your childhood and take the dream you had back in the days and really share your mission, share your voice, and lovely to be connected with you all.
Brilliant, Jan. Absolutely love it. Just amazing. We appreciate you and congrats on the extra stay. Very cool. Oh my God, we got Christine Bell. How you doing, Christine Bell? And appreciate awesome you.
Thank you. I'm good, thank you. And I have to say thank you to Yanni. I think that was a beautiful intention for setting the night tonight. So thank you for that. And I look forward to seeing where you are moving on to, so to speak, next, on your next level. So I'm Christine Bell. I'm a customer strategist, and I love helping my clients align their offer and their marketing with the customer needs and wants. And what I've got coming up on Saturday at 10 o'clock Sydney time is I've got a great free masterclass, and it's all about identifying the unique value proposition. And for me, that's all about both understanding your superpower, but also understanding how it can align with your customers' needs and wants. And most importantly, we need to look at it in the context of your competitors. So that's what I'm going to be talking about on Saturday at 10 o'clock. So I'm going to put the link in, and if you want to come along, I would love to see you there.
Oh, Christine, big welcome. We love you and appreciate you. And pumped to see you tomorrow as well, Christine. We'll get some
Yes, see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. Oh my God, it's Bodil. How you doing, Bodil?
I'm really well, thank you. I'm over my jet lag from being in the US, so all is good in the hood with me. A lot of you know that I am usually talking about digital business cards, but let's face it, in the last couple of years, there have been so many companies that have come out with some quite good, some pretty awful, and some complete crap business cards, digital business cards out there. Yes, of course, we're still the best. Of course we are. However, what we've now done is we have kind of pivoted the business, and we're now using the software as a tribute. Now we're doing this for obviously dead people, I suppose. We're also doing celebration cards, but with Armistice Day coming up in the UK very soon, we're focusing at the moment on veterans. Now, when I was in America, I was lucky enough to speak to the guys at Arlington, and I was also very lucky to speak to the VA admin. So hopefully we'll be doing something there, because I'm sure everybody, when they think of American military graveyards, which are pretty famous, they see just how many people gave their lives to their country. So yes, that's what we are doing at the moment. So that was why my whole trip to Baltimore came about, and I'm very happy to be in Sydney today.
Oh, Bodil, we love you. Round of applause as always, and a big welcome. Appreciate you. And I'll say, if you've just come in, please use the chat, say hello. Remember, connect with each other on LinkedIn and book meetings with each other. The real networking is actually done after the networking event. Dr. Osvaldo, great seeing you. How you doing, my friend?
Hello, everybody. How are you?
Great to see you, man. What's going on?
Hi, I'm Dr. Oz from Vitality, and I'm a peak performance integrative clinician. And that's a long name, but anyway, what it means is that I help businesses to stop sabotaging themselves to be success. So it's tragic that 97% of the businesses that fail to succeed is because the owners self-sabotage themselves, like the business. So I help you to avoid doing that. I help you to understand what type of mechanisms are you using to sabotage your business, and help you to stop doing that and start putting some positive intelligence into your business. So if you need any assessment or on your mechanisms, please send me a quick to my Instagram, and I send you a quiz that you fill it for me, send it to me, and I do the assessment for you, so you know more or less what is happening there in your business. Okay, so thank you.
Beautiful, Dr. Oz. We love you, my friend. Big welcome. Andreas, how you doing tonight? Legendary Andreas.
Hello, how is everybody? From the Norfolk coast of the UK. Very quickly, I'm a photographer, PR, creative, and Jana, I completely understand about the transition because I'm going through that transition myself at the moment. It's a wonderful journey, and Edward and Lassie and all the amazing people on here have added to that journey and made it intergalactic, hence my background. It's really awesome to be here. Super awesome. Thank you so much.
Andreas, we love you, man. Round of applause. Toms, how you doing? Awesome, Toms.
Hi, everyone. I'm really happy to be here. And today I got here a bit late, and first thing I heard is about Jan going through the transitions. And what a coincidence, because I also decided to rebrand, reposition myself from stress management towards accountability, towards helping people to live their dreams, bringing a bit more magic into their lives, because that's the thing that I'm most passionate about, seeing the magic in life, coincidences, and just living dreams and expressing true potential. I do it already through my tarot cards and life coaching, and just bringing a bit more fire into the life. Yeah. And if you feel like helping me out in my journey, if you've seen me here for a while, if you know anything that could help me, like, for example, what I'm strong at, what would be my weaknesses, any feedback you feel like giving me to narrow down my targeting, my message, more than welcome. And I also still run my Love Your Stress podcasts. And this morning, during my yoga practice, I had this really deep insight about making community challenge, based on Earl Nightingale's Stranger's Secret. So that's a project I'm going to run. Probably going to be at least 30 days, announced in probably next 2 weeks or something. So these are the things I'm working on. If you feel like joining in, giving any advice or connecting with me, I'm open to one-on-one sessions. And yeah, that's on me. Thank you so much, Ed. Really enjoyed being here.
Toms, we appreciate you, man. Love your work. We're going to take a group photo shortly, so get ready for that. Thomas, big welcome. How you doing tonight, Thomas?
Great. Thank you for having me, everybody. I'll keep this really brief. It's my first time here. I've just finalized a current tagline, which is I'm blowing away the BS from the workplace. It's kind of got a double meaning, really. It stands for burnout and stress, but it also stands for the actual BS as well, because I'm using the power of breathwork, energy management and emotional regulation, and helping people deal with some of the nonsense that they have to face at work, but releasing stress and burnout and managing that. And so that's what I'm doing. That's why I'm here. I'm looking to grow my network, reach out to people. I'm already running workshops that go in really well. It's a new thing for me. I'm trying to do it all between nappy changes, so it's all very interesting. Thank thank you for having me, and it's great to be here. And what a great group of people already. So,
Thomas, and what's
stuff.
your last name, Thomas?
Beresford, Beresford. Yeah.
Awesome. Share your LinkedIn link so we can connect with you. And big welcome, Thomas. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
There
Popped
we
it in
go.
the chat. Yeah.
Awesome. Love your work, Thomas. Big welcome. Connect with Thomas Beresford. And oh my God, we got our favorite health coach from London who's not sexist. Kemi Adekumbi. How you doing, Kemi? What's going on?
I'm not sexist. Yeah, it's nice to be here with everyone old and new. So yeah, Kemi from London. So I'm, as Edward said, health coach. I'm not technically a health coach. Quote me, unquote me. So yeah, I like to help women, but I can help men. I'm not sexist, as Edward said. Yeah, so if anyone's interested, my details are in the chat bar, or if you just want to have a smile in your face, I like to connect with people and meet people where they are here. All right, thanks for having me here, Edward.
Oh, Kemi, we love you. I just had an idea. On your LinkedIn description, you just say, Kemi Adekumbi, I'm not sexist. That would be hilarious if you did that. Absolutely hilarious. So there you go. I dare, don't do that. Please don't do it. I'm just saying it'd be funny. I'm not saying you should do it. Oh my God, it's Brad Stryden. Brad, so good seeing you. How is life for you, Brad?
Edward, the captain of the ship. How's it going? And hello to everybody, new and old. Always like my Thursdays. Yep, we're all good. Yeah, it's we've had a good start to the day. And I just want to do a quick little shout out to a few people in the group that I've caught up with most recently. The one that I've caught up this week, Georgina. I just want to say a lovely chat, and I do encourage, like Edward says, is just people just reaching out and getting on those Zoom calls. I always learn something from them, especially these as well. So yeah, just want to say that. From my side, I am a health and nutrition coach. And I run a program called the Deep Health Nutrition Coaching Program, which is essentially for people that want to lose weight, get healthier, and improve their lives. That's what I do. So if you want to connect, I'd love to speak further.
Oh, very powerful. Brad, we love your work. Big welcome. And oh my God, we got Eileen Avad. How are you, Eileen?
Good evening, Ed, and hello to everybody. Thank you for this opportunity to share. So I help you to build confidence and create breakthrough in their life. And in a recent conversation that I have with parents, they say, I'm struggling with my teenager. And that is another period of transitioning. When the young children move from young to teenage and parents encountering all of them, you have two groups of people in a new space. And their emotions are just clashing because they totally do not know how to manage that. So I helped, well, actually, and now I'm going to help both the parents and the children. One build confidence, one is how to be kinder and more empathetic to their children. So I have a parents information that's coming up next month. And if you know of any parents or any youth who needs confidence building or support, please share the link with them. We're all parents. We all love to have happy children and happy mom, happy dad. Thanks, Ed.
Oh, Eileen, we love you. Big welcome as always. Thank you. Christina Davey, what are you thinking? Awesome, Christina.
Well, I just want to say thank you so much to Brad, for the shout out today. That was awesome. And I'm looking forward to have a chat with you more about health. That's definitely an area where I could, use some help myself. We all could. And I just really, really loved your latest post as well. And then just to remind everyone that I do have a really, really powerful activation this Saturday at 10 a.m. It's called Attract and Manifest True Love and Your Divine Partner. And for those of you who are looking for a partner, I would like to invite you all in it. I have the links in here. And also to remind you that I'm starting, for those single ladies, I'm starting a Level Up Your Dating Style workshop. It's absolutely free as well for 5 days. That's going to start on Sunday. So I have the links into the chat box as well. And guess what? There's one more. Eileen, And are organizing an awesome, super powerful confidence talk next Wednesday at 12 p.m. So for those of you that want to know more about youth confidence, dating in, how to approach another person, then make sure you show up as well. I would love to see you there, but I will address it again on Monday. All right. Thank you.
Oh, Christina, amazing. Love your work. Oh, God, it's Georgina Orchard. Georgina Orchard, we love you. What's happening?
Good evening, everyone, or good morning, wherever you are around the world. It's so lovely to catch up. I've had some great catch-ups this week with Christina, Davey, and Brad, and Jan. It was awesome to catch up. I've also had some with Eileen and Tom's, and Karen. So, love to catch up. I'll put my contact details in there. I have a directed decision maker program for business owners, small business owners, which takes you right through from creating the vision to learning about results. And on one of the calls today with one of my clients, we went through and we were actually showing her how to do the revenue part of a budget. So if people would like to know more about actually putting the numbers together, you can make it really simple so it doesn't overwhelm you. Please contact me. Thank you.
Georgina, we love you. Round of applause. Thank you. Amir, what are you thinking, Amir?
I have two things. First of all, I've got a big thank you to the group here because you guys have been voting for me and I've received so much love from this room. I really appreciate it. So if you haven't voted for me yet, I'm actually speaking. It looks like Ed's been pushing me up to the top of the list. So I'm now the #1 speaker out of the votes. So there's 6,000 people in the group, but I'm #1 out of 70. And it's not just that, Ed, you've been pushing me now to have a gap between me and #2 of more than 100 people. I'm like, holy mackerel. That's the power of having a network that supports you. So thank you guys very much. I really appreciate it. If you haven't voted yet, put a #1 in the chat and I'll reach out to you and give you my link to vote for Amir. The second thing I wanted to say is 10 a.m. this Saturday, I'm actually doing something as well. And that is, this is now going to be either the 4th or 5th time that I'm learning from the incredible Edward Zia in the LinkedIn Mastery workshop. So Ed's going to talk about the LinkedIn Mastery, so I'm not going to take away your thunder, Ed, but what I wanted to say is this. Every time I go through and 6 months passes, 3 months pass, 12 months passes, I've been listening to what Ed's been doing for about 4 years and I implement. How good am I at implementing, Ed? Do I listen to you?
There you
All
go.
the
You don't
flipping
just
time.
listen
All
to
the
me.
flipping
You
time.
listen to my idea and improve on it, which is even better.
But every time I come to one of your meetings, it's not just the new people that I meet. It's actually something where I'm in a different spot. My business is a different spot. I've experienced some sort of growth and now I'm ready to listen to you again and see it through different eyes. So every time I come to one of your mastery things, I get more out of it. I don't waste my time. If Ed wasn't giving me value, I wouldn't be here anymore. And I tell you, every single year, at least 20% of my paying customers have met me through one of Ed's network. Now put that in your business and think about what you can get for your business if some great network like Ed and Lassie are connecting you through to the powerful people around the globe. That's all I have to say about that, Ed.
Love your work, Amir. Well said, and this is a big shout for me. What Amir is a master of, and I highly recommend you follow his characteristics, is booking meetings afterwards. Amir is a master of follow-up, so that's the real power of it. So Amir, we absolutely love you. Now I just want to take a quick group photo. So if you can, make sure you turn on your webcam. Love you, Georgina. Lean forward and get nice and big, and then we're going to take a quick group photo. So and try and hold still so I can get the shot. There we go. All right. So now I got my mouse cursor on Badil's face. We'll move it off. Yeah, it was like that on Badil's face. I move my mouse cursor. All right. 3, 2, 1. Big smile and hold. Hold. That was one more time. So a few people had their eyes shut. There we go. So hold. 3, 2, 1, and big smile. That was an awesome shot, which is very good. Now we're about to hear from, I'm going to go through upcoming events and we're going to hear from legendary Nicholas Clune shortly. Before I do that, would anyone like to give someone a shout out? So if you're in the mood to give a shout out to anyone, now's your time to do it. Just put up your hand if you want to give a shout out, because now is your chance to do it. Jan, what are you thinking, Jan? Give us a shout out.
Yeah, amazing speech right now. I felt your energy just lifted up a lot after you really talked about what is truly important to you, you know, like I feel how you appreciate Edward and the community, and to have you here consistent showing up and bringing your energy, bringing your smile like always, or as always, is very, very amazing. I truly appreciate you. Amazing.
Oh, Jan, we love you. Just fantastic. Who else would love to give a shout out? Andreas, love to hear your shout out.
Very quickly, man. It was via you and the amazing Leslie. I met the great Heck Salgado and now the Jose Martinez. That's changing my lifestyle completely. And that's thanks to you, Ed. Thank you, man.
Oh, beautiful. Thanks for your action. Love your work. Would anyone else like to give a shout out? Now's your chance. Last chance. Eileen Avard. Let's hear it.
Yes, I want to have a big shout out for Ed as usual. Ed has been the one that has been the greatest advocate to say when I suggested to move into the U. He was one of he organized a big, great interview, and that has really reached a lot of people. So now I'm actually getting parents reaching out to me to saying, can you help me? How do I deal with my 3 children? What do I need to do? So I was really feeling that it's quite a calling. And I just want to say, Ed, thank you. You've been fantastic.
We love you, Eileen. Just amazing. Just amazing. And I've actually got a shout out I want to give. I want to give a big shout out to actually Brad Stridham. So where that came from is I did a video today on the importance of sleep. So a lot of you have noticed that I'm looking younger and slimmer, and thank you for that. And one of the reasons, and Brad said this as well, is getting more sleep. So one thing I've really learned in the power of turning your health around is it starts with sleep. If you get a good night's sleep, you don't feel as hungry the next day. You won't drink as much coffee. You won't eat as much crap. And also just reduces your overall stress level. So I remember if I don't sleep well, I feel always stressed and anxious the next day. If I have a good night's sleep, I feel very good. So Brad Stridham, bashed that into my head. So Brad, big shout out to Brad. We love it. Karen, what are you thinking, Karen? Good seeing you.
Well, I want to just give a shout out to someone who's in here. Simon, I think he's very helpful. You know, he's always willing to give so much suggestions. And I think someone like him and you know, have inspired me to think outside the square.
Oh, there you go. Oh, we love you, Karen. It's a pleasure. I'm pumped to have you as the resident photographer tomorrow. Looking forward to it.
Yay.
There we go. Love your work. All right. So what we're going to do now is I'm just going to go through upcoming events. Then we're going to bounce over to Nicholas and I'm going to upload the networking post. So what we're going to do is, Nicholas, get ready. I'm just going to share screen and just go through upcoming events and details. So first things first, my legendary friends. Lassie, one of her side roles is she's a team leader in Monet. It's going really, really well. A lot of you winners are joining Lassie. So if you're interested in hair care and beauty, as well as a great business opportunity, definitely talk to Lassie. I've just included the link to her Monet store here. So just check it out, reach out to Lassie, but she's doing really well. She's a team leader for Australia. So big shout out to Lassie. The other one is as well as our LinkedIn Influencer Program Business Community. If you're not already in it, check it out right now. I'd be honored to have you with us. And also to this Saturday, yes, and we've got our LinkedIn Influencer Mastery Workshop. So if you want to join us this Saturday, click the link and check it out. And if you want in, just let me know. And you can pay afterwards, so no rush on that one. And also to just upcoming events, we've got a bit of cool stuff upcoming. So firstly, we've got our business networking meetup tomorrow in Sydney. We're on 2:30 at Microsoft Reactor, which is just level 11 York Street, right near Wington Station. We've also got our Perth Business Networking Meetup run by Katrina and Rena, and that is at Victory Offices in Perth CBD. We've got a workshop on Saturday. And the other things I just want to mention as well, I've got a new, very interesting live webinar for you winners this Monday, which I'm very, very excited about. So long story short, one of my side roles that has really taken off is I'm actually now one of Australia's largest Google reviewers, believe it or not. it's a very long story how this all came together. But this Monday, I'm actually running complete wild card. I'm actually running a live, it's a Monday webinar and networking event, but I'm actually running one on how to get 100,000 views per day with Google reviews. I actually get about 200,000 views a day per Google reviews. So it's just incredible. So very long story short, I started doing Google reviews on the side. And one of my friends from Google said, Ed, congratulations on your success on Google. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm a LinkedIn guy. No, Ed, check your Google reviews. I was already getting about 10,000 views a day with Google reviews. So yeah, it's a very interesting, not many people do it, but it's a great niche. And these days, I'm actually one of Australia's top Google reviewers, which is fantastic. So book in for Monday and join us on that one. It'll be absolutely fantastic. So without further ado, enough about me. I want to talk about amazing Nicholas. Now, Nicholas and I only know each other for maybe about a few weeks, but it feels like I've known the guy forever. He's an amazing guy. He's got a great background in finance and lending. And we live about, I don't know, about 9 to 10, maybe 8 or 9 minutes away from each other. It's something like, what, 5 or 6 kilometers is it, Nicholas? Please unmute and say hello. What? It's about a 4 kilometer drive to Neutral Bay from Lane Cove, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not far. You're very, very close. Yeah.
Yeah, and you've got an impressive history. You've worked with the banks, you've worked with Aussie, and you're a man of finance and money, aren't you, Nicholas?
That's right. Yeah. So I did about 3 years in the bank, both home lending and commercial. Then broke out, went to Aussie Home Loans for a bit, quite a bit of business under them, and just recently broke out with our own brand. So it's all of our own branding, and I'm very excited to show it to you.
Awesome. So what we're going to do is now we're going to hand over Nicholas. So if you can all please keep your microphones on mute. If you've got any questions, type them in. We're going to give, and Nicholas is one of our members. And so Nicholas is going to have up to 15 minutes to do a fine presentation for us. So please keep an ear out, listen to Nicholas, engage, and also connect with each other on LinkedIn and make it all happen. So Nicholas, I've enabled screen sharing. So you can go for it. So Nicholas, please, the floor is yours. Can we give it up for Nicholas? Nicholas, bravo. Take over, share screen if you want. The floor is yours.
Okay. Can we all see that? Play from start. Fantastic. No worries. Well, this is our new branding. So we're called the Lending Lab. And I've got a very short presentation for you. I promise it won't be too boring or too dry. And hopefully it'll have a few little nuggets of information in there for you. So first of all, here is our agenda. So we're basically just going to run through a little bit about the Lending Lab, and then I'll talk you through what's happening at the moment in Australia in terms of our interest rates. If there are still any good deals out there, then who we actually help as a mortgage and finance broker. So without further ado, it's cut off a bit, that's okay. So basically, Lending Lab's a mortgage and finance broking firm that helps customers reach their goals and takes their next step in their financial journey. Something important to remember about us, we're not just your stock standard mortgage broker. We do have a very strong belief in financial education for everyone. So something that we do that some others may not is we do spend quite a bit of time and energy making YouTube videos, TikTok, Instagram. We're across all of the different social medias. All with free content that we share with everyone. So everyone can hopefully have the same level of financial knowledge as everyone else, and no one's restricted by any barriers. As long as you've got an internet connection, you should be able to access knowledge is the way that we see it. So not part of our mission statement, but a cool little side note. So here's our team. So there is 2 of us. It's not just myself. So you've got me here, and then also Fabian Tribe. So Fabian is another ex-Aussie guy who's actually in head office of Aussie for a while, but a very, very passionate dude. Like, this guy's energy levels are insane, and he'll be at the Sydney meetup with me tomorrow. So you guys will get to meet him, but probably has about 10 times the energy that I have. So yeah, certainly a super cool dude. Inner West local, Fabian is. I'm in Neutral Bay, as Ed mentioned, and Fabian's a big dog person, and I have 3 cats. There you go. Fun fact. Okay, so what's happening in our interest rate market at the moment? So there are a few changes, which anyone in Australia, you've probably seen it all over the news. So at the moment, our cash rate here is increasing significantly. starting to slow down, which is good. We can see the increases here on the right-hand side of the screen. So it's from kind of May, it's just been rocking it up. And what's happened here is property prices have slowed down dramatically and interest rates have risen. So everyone's feeling the pressure on their household budgets. So definitely something to keep in mind. Now, in terms of the boring stuff, we'll skip past that and we'll jump into what actually happens to one's borrowing power when the interest rates go up, because that's kind of the main thing that everyone generally worries about. So what I've got is this cool little table here. So on the left, we can see annual income, kind of what someone could borrow before a 0.5 increase based on interest rates of 3%, and then after. Now, what I've done is very simply, if we look here, each 0.5 increase that our rates go up, this is roughly how much their borrowing capacity falls back down, so how much less they can borrow. And then if we look over to the far right here, we can see since we went from the very bottom of the rates right up to the top of where we are now, people who sit in that household income of 200,000 can now only borrow can borrow $237,000 less than what they could kind of before all the increases. So this is kind of what's driving our decrease and pullback in the property market, is with these rate rises, as you can see, it's starting to pull off quite significantly in terms of what they can borrow. So very interesting. Now, we are seeing a lot of refinances at the moment. So if you are on a high rate, you're not stuck there, which is awesome. And there are some good deals still around. So just before this meeting, I've just went and grabbed some kind of medium and average kind of figures here. So average property price in Sydney is $1 million. Woohoo, lucky us Sydney siders. The average loan behind that's about 725, which is, yeah, awesome. Super big. And then the average kind of rate across our major banks at the moment for someone's mortgage is about 5.65. So I did a quick comparison, put all of those figures into my system to see what deals are around at the moment. I took a little bit of a screenshot here. Now, we're not going to go deep into the numbers, but you can see most people, the average rate that people are paying is 5.65, but there's deals out here of 3.74 and then also low 4. So significant difference. And the reason why that matters is if we have a look with the big blue text here, if we were to switch for our average loan against our average or medium property that's sitting on 6.65 down to, let's say, option 1 at 3.74, over the life of the loan, we're saving about $300,000 and we're putting $832 back in our pocket at the end of each month because our repayment's much lower. So what I'm trying to show here is whilst rates are going up and people's budgets are starting to feel the pinch, if we were to move over and move on to one of these better deals, you can see you can almost save $800 a month, which really helps a lot of people in those tighter positions. So moving on, like I said, it's a very nice and quick presentation. So in terms of who we can help, anyone. So we don't discriminate against anyone. It doesn't matter whether you have $1 in the bank or $1 million, we treat everyone exactly the same. And if you need some help and some guidance in terms of how to save and kind of how to build up to the deposit and how to get into the market, we do all of that education for free. So we've got it on YouTube, but we can also do the in-person bit. So that's a little bit about us. And that's it. Like I said, short and sweet. And yeah, thanks everyone for listening to my very first presentation with this cool new branding.
Oh, no, I think it was just great. Amazing round of applause to Nicholas, and nice and fast, the way we like it. To the point. So what it is that we got time for questions for Nicholas. You got any questions for Nicholas? 2 ways you can do it. Type it in and I can ask it for you, or just put up your hand and you can just ask it verbally. But I got my first question for you, legendary Nicholas. I was going to say, why, a silly question, but why do they put up interest rates? Like, why did the government keep it down for so long and now they're whacking it up like crazy? What are they thinking? Are they just stupid? Are they sinister? Or are they a bit of both? Are they stupid, sinister people?
Depends what newspaper you read, really. So the main reason that they're going up at the moment is since COVID's kind of finished, what they expected to happen was that over COVID, everyone slows down. As you probably saw, a lot of businesses stopped, and the whole world kind of comes to a grinding halt. Now, that did happen for some parts of our economy, but others, it was like pouring petrol onto a fire. So these other industries have rocketed off, and basically what that has caused is mass borrowings as rates have come down, more people have borrowed more money, but also inflation has started to really, really pick up. So what the Reserve Bank is trying to do by putting these rates up, it's more of interest rate normalisation. So there's a couple of different levers that the RBA can pull to kind of manipulate our economy, and interest rates is one of them. Now, when they're all the way down at 0.1, they can't go really any lower without going negative, and they don't really want to do that. So we can only go up. So what they've seen is we've got this great kind of economical environment at the moment. Everyone's spending money, everyone's businesses are running really well, but we also have high inflation. So they're bringing the rates back up to normalise that interest rate environment and kind of settle everything down, because our property market has gone burkers over the last 24 months, you could probably say, as Amir, I'm sure, could attest to. Yeah, it's certainly gone nuts. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Hopefully that makes sense.
And just incredible. And just a very general question as well. What made you go out on your own? What was the main driver for you going out of your own? Because Aussie's awesome and you kick butt at Aussie. Yes. In fact, I actually drove past your old Aussie shop the other day. Oh, that's where Nicholas used to work. What made you go out on your own? What were you thinking? What were some of your motivations there?
Yeah, so I'm a very driven person, and I really like to kind of grab things and run with them. So for me, it was great to be under the franchise, and I was self-employed under the franchise model. It was really great. Everything worked really well, but I really wanted to build my own business, have our own branding, logo, and kind of our own messaging, and also really heavily invest in that social media and education space. So for us, that's massive. And we professionally shoot kind of all of our videos, and it's all very well scripted and whatnot. And we couldn't really do that under Aussie. So for us, because financial education is such a big thing and we wanted to own our brand, they're kind of the main two reasons. And yeah, things are going really well. Probably best change I think I've made so far professionally.
Pleasure, love it. And if anyone's from Australia and they want to look at their numbers, they can absolutely talk to you.
Yes, of course. And I don't charge you anything. So just up front, luckily us, paid by the banks for referring your loan to them. So yeah, have a look for no charge, which is awesome.
Oh, there we go. Round of applause to Nicholas. So please connect with Nicholas. Nicholas, pumped to see you again tomorrow. Which is really
yes.
Good. So what we're going to do is we're doing great for time. I just want to open up to the room. If you want to say anything, be it you want to say, contribute to the discussion, you just want to talk about yourself or whatever you're doing, now's your chance. We've had a great meeting and beautifully for time, so let me know what you're all thinking. Put up your hand if you want to say anything. The hands up, Q. Wow. Christina Davey. What are you thinking, Christina Davey?
All I want to say is thanks God for people like Nicholas, because for people like me, which are all about emotions, personality, behavior, and I honestly, like, numbers have like always overwhelmed me, right? So I just want to say thank you so much for the presentation and insight. I love your work and it's so needed for, people like me who like have absolutely no clue on what to do with numbers when it comes to investments or anything of sorts. So I really appreciate you jumping in and the opportunity to get to know your work and yourself. So yeah.
Thanks, Christina. I really appreciate it.
You two will definitely have to take a selfie tomorrow. So they definitely have to get a selfie, which is good. Pleasure. And Brad Stridham. What are you thinking, Brad Stridham?
Yeah. Nick, that was great, man. I've just actually strolled over your YouTube channel and I love the branding and I love the look and feel. Very, very smart. My question to you is, I'm in Adelaide, slightly different market to Sydney. Do you do work like that as well?
Yeah, we sure do. So 70% of our customers are interstate, which is awesome. And lucky for you, Fabian is actually Adelaide born.
Oh, there we go.
He was just there a couple of weeks ago, so wouldn't be surprised if you ran into one another. So
Okay.
yeah, but yeah, we cover all of Australia, so yeah, would be more than happy to chat.
Magic. Look forward to it.
Oh, beautiful. Just fantastic. And there we go. So, friends, I think that brings us towards the end. Thank you for an amazing Zoom. Now, just a few things. Book Zooms of each other, connect, and please invite people to our next meetup. And I'll see a lot of you winners tomorrow. And Amir, what are you thinking, Amir?
One thing that was pointed out to me about this type of meeting that you run is that there's a chat facility down the bottom, and you can actually save the chat. If you've never done that, you can actually click the 3 dots, save the chat, and that gives you everybody's link. So if somebody's been posting where they are on LinkedIn, what their link is, what their YouTube link is, or what their event is, make sure you do it before the event closes, because that's one thing that isn't recorded. So just remember to save it. I've got into the habit now of twice during the meeting I save it, so that when the meeting ends and it's too late, I've still got something to go back to. But just a little FYI or a little tidbit that I've learned that has really come in handy, especially when I'm reaching out to find out what the connection is for the Saturday meetup or what the connection is for other bits and pieces. Ed, did you post your Saturday meetup for the LinkedIn thing? Was there a link?
Oh, thank you. I will share it now. You are too awesome. So, friends, if you want to come, just book in right here at the link, which I've included. So, big thank you, which is all good. Awesome. Anything else? Any other thoughts, anyone? Well. I'm going to post that. So keep an eye on your LinkedIn and Facebook now, or I'm going to post the photo. But friends, thank you, everyone. Please unmute. Give the person next to you a round of applause. And I'll see a lot of you tomorrow. See you, everyone. Thanks again. Bye, all. Love your work. All.